Just like cell and table references, we could also have a reference for each column. So we'll take a very simple example to explain this. So let's say I want to replicate the values of the cost column in another column here, say column F. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add this title here, cost, right? So I want the same set of values to be replicated here. So without using any reference, I can just say, okay, C6. Okay, it just picks up the values and I can drag it down. Okay, so I can do this without using any named reference. But let's say I want to apply a named reference for a column. So just like how we manually created for a cell, it is also possible to manually create a named reference for a column. So if I select the set of values, I can go into the formula tab and select define name, where I can define a unique name for the column, right? So this is one way that I could do it manually, but we would advise against this. The reason being, let's say your data sheet has maybe 10 to 15 columns, and then manually creating a column reference for each of them would be time taking and not really worth the exercise. So the best part is once you create a table for your data sheet, the column reference is automatically available for you to use. Now, what do we mean by that? Okay, so let's say we want to achieve the exact same thing using a column reference, right? So what I would do is I would refer to the table name. So the table name in this case is quotation. So it shows the entire data sheet. Okay, it basically selects the entire data sheet. But I want to refer to a single column. So to refer to a single column within the table, I use square brackets. So within square brackets, I'm going to use the name of the column. So I don't even have to type it down. It just shows me in the drop down here. So I select that and I close the square bracket. Now if I execute the formula, I get the value 1500. Okay. So if I drag it down, I get all the corresponding values. So if you look at the formula, it makes a lot more meaning when you read it. Like quotation is the table. From the quotation table, we want to extract the cost column. So this is a very simple example to understand how we can use a column reference from a table, and then we could also assume that we could use this technique in all our calculations where columns come into the picture.